Hey guys, this is the professor out at the cabin today to bring you another part of our series, 10,000 one-pot meals. Now, for today's meal, I've got to give credit to Dink from Bushcraft USA for this idea, because this one Dink published in detail, which includes a meat. I believe theirs was hamburger, but today I'm going to be using bacon. This is 4 slices of regular bacon cut up into 1-inch pieces. Here we have a macaroni and cheese mix. So macaroni and cheese does the double duty job of providing the carb as well as the cheese sauce. And over here then, for our vegetable component, we have a small can of whole kernel corn. So we'll be putting together one of our 10,000 meals today, a real good combination we hope, and what we'd like to do is walk you through that step by step. Today we're going to be using our trivet and a 10-inch cast iron skillet for our one-pot meal. Once again, for frying the bacon, we're going to want to use coals out of the fireplace under the trivet. We want those to go on high heat. So we're going to get a shovel full of the hottest coals that we can find here. And we're going to want to replenish those coals if we notice that the frying action settles down. So let's get the skillet on the fire and begin to get that heating up. We'll add our 4 slices of bacon and we'll begin to get those fried up a little bit. Okay, our bacon is frying up nicely now. We just want to get it kind of to that chewy stage. We don't want it to be too crisp. I'm going to go ahead and get the bacon out of there, get rid of some of this grease, and we'll soon be back to mix up everything else. Well, we got the bacon fried up now and got rid of most of the grease. A little word here about using a skillet on the fire. Now, if you've been reading Nessmuck like I have, Nessmuck kind of makes fun of some of the young guys that he camped out with because they had their fire so hot that soon they burnt the handles and the spouts off of their coffee pot. Because we don't want enough fire to actually melt down the iron skillet, we simply want to cook the food. So notice here that our coals are still nice and red, have plenty of heat there. We're going to go ahead and put in about 2/3 of a package of the macaroni, and we're going to add some hot water to that out of the tea kettle. It's already hot, so it shouldn't take too long to get that going. Skillet's hot, and notice that that macaroni is going to come to a boil right away. Want to cook that long enough to soften it up and get it done. That gives us time to work with our other ingredients. So let that cook up a little bit. Once again, when you're cooking over coals, you want to continually watch the fire, watch the heat under there, and add a shovel full of coals as needed to keep the boiling going. Notice that since we're sitting here by the fire, which oftentimes is known as the keyhole fire if you're doing it outside, the campfire's over here producing the coals that we're going to need for fuel. We're sitting here by the fire with the tripod and the skillet off to the side. Notice that we're getting a lot of heat from the sides boiling out in this region in here, keeping it hot. But since cast iron is a very good conductor of heat, the entire skillet is very hot and very near the boiling point. So we're boiling all over the entire surface of the skillet. Since it's wide with a flat bottom, that heat is going to transfer into the food real easily from there. Now once again, if you're making this in a bush pot or a billy can, you're depending more on side heat because the cylindrical shape is going to collect more heat from the side than from the bottom. One thing we want to do now is go ahead and make sure we have enough liquid in there to make up our sauce. So we'll go ahead and add the can of corn. It's got some liquid in there, so we want to keep that liquid and make that be part of our sauce. And might as well get the bacon back in there so that it can get its flavors all scattered back through the mixture. Once again here, water quantity is not too critical. What we'll do is just watch it, and as it begins to take that up, we'll go ahead and add more. This is our cheese sauce packet that came out of the macaroni and cheese mix. Give everything a stir and kind of monitor that liquid content. Not quite. Now I've added a shovel full of fire underneath the skillet. Once again, you can begin to see the boiling action pick up immediately, because even though that wasn't boiling before, it was very near the boiling point. And now we just kind of watch that as it cooks. We'll try to keep track of the liquid in there and not let that get too dry. Also, you want to stir it up from the bottom since we've got fresh heat underneath. We certainly don't want that to stick on there and get our food stuck and burn on the bottom. That wouldn't be good. Once again, the key to campfire cooking, just like all cooking, is heat management. You have to kind of know how much heat it's going to take to do a particular job, and then you have to monitor that and work with that as you go along. In the case of campfire cooking, most of the cooking is going to be done off the fire, out to the side, using coals. The only thing you're really going to put in the fire for fast heat is going to be water that you want to boil up for washing dishes, making tea, that type of thing. All other cooking is going to be done off to the side of the fire over coals or very low flames. Well, as we can see here, the sauce is thickening up well. And notice that my technique for heat management here, I'm going to turn the burner down essentially on low so that we can just simmer, let the flavors blend together. And the way we do that is simply drag the trivet back about 6 inches, a little farther out away from the main fire. We've still got some coals underneath, but we just want to finish that on the residual heat that's in the skillet. We can control it a lot better as we get into those last few minutes so that we don't burn and cause everything to stick, but we want the sauce to thicken up a little bit more and come to its perfection. Once again, the rule on campfire cooking is enough heat to cook the food, not enough heat to melt down the skillet. Okay? And I think that that was a common mistake in Nessmuk's day, much as it is today. Okay guys, the Cowboy Roundup is ready to serve. We can see here that the sauce has thickened nicely. All the flavors are blended together. Notice nothing sticking on the bottom of the skillet. That's a plus. So we're going to plate some of this up for you, and we're soon going to have lunch here in the cabin today. And so, here's some of the finished product. Let you come in close and take a look at the texture there. Notice that the bacon is all browned and kind of at that chewy stage. The macaroni and cheese is all gooey and bubbly. Our corn is mixed through there. And so we've got a great lunchtime meal. Thanks again to Dink from Bushcraft USA for this idea. I'll be looking forward to your comments and ideas that you may have for 10,000 one-pot meals, and I'll try to make up some of the best of them. My subscriber list is nearing 200 now, so I'm hoping soon to have a kind of a giveaway contest here for my subscribers and viewers. So stay tuned for the next video as we will announce the contest and how that's going to work. Once again, I'd like to say, see you later. This is the Professor, and I'll see you soon.